Well, we know where we're going, but we don't know where we've been. And we know what we're knowing, but we can't say what we've seen. And we're not little children, and we know what we want, and the future is certain. Give us time to work it out.
Well, it's some time since I've done a fishing video. In fact, the last couple I've done was at Brett's place, catfishing, and we've been there for the last few years. And tarpon fishing, 2002 to 2007. I haven't fished a great deal the last 7 years. And I'm getting ready now for a week at Rainbow in France, which came about back in March. I was in Brentwood with Brooksy and Blakey and that, talking about going out to Brett's. Blakey weren't around, and at which point Paul said there was a swim going with him in swim 5. I'd never thought of going to Rainbow up till then, and but, you know, aided by a few beers, I thought, you know what, that sounds great. And as the times loomed and got nearer and nearer, it's become much, much more exciting. It's Sunday 24th now, 24th June 2012, and it's next Friday. We head out early morning from here, arriving at Rainbow tea time on Friday, fishing from Saturday. Some of you might know I've fished in France, first off 86, at Cassines, went back there 87, went to the River Lot and Salagou 89, went to the Orient in 93, went back to Cassines 2001, 2002. So this will be my first trip since then back to France, and as I say, really looking forward to it. As I say, fishing with Paul Brooks, swim 5 at Rainbow. So this is going to be a video diary, the likes of which I've done many times before. It's a great diary if there's fish on it. And I've done loads of diaries that have never seen the light of day because I've not caught anything. So, as I say, this is the start, and hopefully at the end of it, we've got something to watch around one of the boys' houses or here with a curry and a few beers. Because if we're watching it, it means between Paul and I, we've caught something. So, as I say, it's a video diary, and hope you guys enjoy it. So I've been getting the gear ready this weekend. There's just half of it. I hope Brooks' car's big enough. Just briefly on the subject of tackle, again we'll look at it more once we're at the fishery, but I'll be using a 10-foot 1954 built Mark IV James rods, trusted old rods these, about £1.5 test curve. Very nostalgic, I like using them. This is the reel I'll be using, which it's a vintage Mitchell reels. Caught a lot of fish on these, and with the old trusted Sealcast in £8. You can't beat Sealcast £8. And again, me herons. Delro Mangy converted these about 1981. You can't beat them. So yeah, as I say, we'll look more at tackle more closely, but yeah, that's a brief resume of the hardware I'll be using at Rainbow. So Friday morning, and we're loading up Paul's Range Rover. Excitement building, 6 AM. You had your haircut?
Me man with that bloody thing.
You had your haircut?
Isn't stuff.
Oh, don't.
Feeling okay this morning.
Well, we've finally arrived. We set out, I got to Paul's for 6 o'clock this morning. We got the 8:20 train and we've arrived 8 PM local time at the lake. So yeah, we're just going to have a quick skirt around, put some bait in the freezer and then go and have something to eat. But yeah, very exciting. Well, it's Saturday morning now, about 7 o'clock, and yeah, had a few hours kip, which was much needed. Had a couple of cups of tea. Paul and I are now going to go for a walk around the lake. So what you've got now is anglers turned up last night, turning up this morning, ready to move into the swims as the guys move out. So yeah, we'll catch up with a few of the guys, see how it's gone. And but you know what does seem nice here is that, you know, the grapevine, everyone knows what's going on and everyone's sharing information, and so all I need to find out is whoever's catching what rig and bait they're on. I'm like that really. But anyway, so yeah, we'll have a quick walk around the lake, go up to the supermarket, and by that time we'll be back and getting our gear into the swim. So once again, the view of the first view you have of the lake, which we saw last night. So there in the centre of the viewfinder is swim 5. 1 was just to our left there. And when we wander around this morning, we'll have a closer look at some of the swims. Forecast for the week is mid-20s, so not too hot for here. Be nice to see some wind and things. There's a pan round. Again, it's, you know, rough terrain lake. You know, it's yeah, it's a proper angler's water, this, and that's where we've all been congregating since last night and catching up. So we're having a walk around the lake. It's sort of about 8:30 Saturday morning. Just getting my bearings. This is swim 19. There's a snag the guys have brought out. But as Paul was saying, as you walk round, it is like, it's like a scene from Jurassic Park in terms of the terrain and how natural everything is. You know, bays and fingers and so we've just come from swim 19.
Yeah, we're on the little path that leads down to the swim 21. These are just a few of the little cuts and the little bays that Kevin will show you in a minute. Obviously, like we were saying, it's a bit of a Jurassic Park.
So there, getting our bearings, right. There's swim 1 over there.
Right in the distance, fish just moved down there. Like.
Yeah, so there's so that's swim 1. And then here's a bay to our left. Fingers and things. I said on the camera earlier, Jurassic Park sums this up. You expect dinosaurs to come running through the trees, don't you?
You see all the little poles and marker poles where they've got little hooks on that, where the line will be hanging over when they're fishing into these islands. But I don't think we'll go down, Kevin. I wouldn't go and disturb him at the moment.
No.
But if you walk down to there, that's 21.
So there's some marker poles there that people are anchoring off and so forth. But yeah. So again, it's difficult to get your bearings first time around, isn't it?
Like when you look at the map, once you've been round, and I'll explain to you on the map, you know, where we were.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the terrain's incredible.
But if you can see there's a float out there. You can see let's come down, you can just see a white. If you come here, see there's a white, see that white bubble, see the float out there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's probably a line.
So there.
Coming from 21 right the way down around these islands, and he's fishing down
There's a
there.
bottle in the middle of the viewfinder.
Bush now.
Now in swim 18,
Is that green bush?
which Paul knows well. He's just talking to the guys that are in it.
That there, but then in here, I mean, you don't have to go right up tight.
Swim 18.
I mean, when Hunty was here, he used to catch them in 20 foot of water. That's 10 foot.
He used to have them in 30 foot. I remember being 16 and it kept drying and it went eventually.
But, I mean, it's just common sense. You just know how.
So 19 we was in earlier was just to our left. So we're walking round sort of backwards. We're going from the big numbers, walking round anti-clockwise. So what have you caught, lads? Have you caught anything?
Yeah, we've had them up to 57.
£57, yeah, good. And have you lost some then? Yeah, could tell from your tone that you... yeah.
But you do, yeah, mate. When you're fishing the snakes, you do tend to.
And why are you losing them? Is there any fundamental thing?
It's the snags, you've got to pull them away from it.
Hook pulls, or you're getting them out and then the kiting into the snags.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
You look like you've aged. Have you lost more than him?
No, I haven't. I've just lost one.
Yeah. Oh, you have. Because I ain't met you before, but you look like you've haggard. You need to go on holiday, don't you?
You best not be recording this.
See your face going down the screen, isn't it?
You ain't dropped none on this little bit of here because you know there's little balls down here, don't you?
Probably the worst time to come on here with a camera in his face and he's just lost one. Might need to get out of here. Anyway.
And it would always go out in a boat.
Do you know what? We just left those two lads, a couple of really nice guys. And that younger one I was just talking to, I didn't get his name, but he looks like he's aged. I ain't met him before, but as I said to him, you know, that's what this place can do for you. He's losing some fish. He's now about to go into his second week. You know, he's under pressure, I'm sure, and we can all relate to it as anglers. And he'd lost the fish 10 minutes before we got there. So, yeah, my timing weren't ideal, but I think we'll catch up with him as the week progresses. But, yeah, it was his first time, like us. It was his first time, and his mate had been a few times before, just like Paul. So, but anyway, we're continuing to walk round. Fair old walk, and, yeah, it's, you know, fair, I think it's...
You ain't done 1/4 yet?
Yeah, I ain't done 1/4 yet, but yeah, it's a nice morning to be walking around and getting the bearings on Rainbow, that's for sure. So we're just now looking back on ourselves. So there's the lads we were talking to earlier, fishing to the island there, and that's 19 in the centre of the viewfinder. So I'm just panning now from swim 16. Guys in here, some Dutch guys, caught some fish here this week. They're just leaving. It's now 9 o'clock Saturday morning, so we need to be skirting around. So swim 16. And you know, as I said earlier, you know, guys there moving in and guys moving out, sharing the information. Yeah, nice to see.
More than others.
What are we talking about here?
Caterpillars.
Caterpillars
That fall out the trees here. I've only.
Don't do it then.
So he's a Dutch and an English guy. Paul knows him.
I laid a sleeping bag in 3 years ago, and I've still got itching off it last year. Kept putting it off, took it home, brushed it all off.
Yeah, I don't.
It's good fun.
Yeah, I don't like
caterpillars.
I don't like ants at home, let alone anything else.
They're great big things, though. But it's more not so bad. It's more in the winter.
In the pine trees. I live in the
Well, I don't know what an exciting face is on you, not having met you before.
That's about as exciting.
Is that as exciting as he gets? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're excited.
Come on, son, let's
All right, we're on it. So what we'll come round later on and get the bait then?
Yes,
Yeah.
Scorsese here, he's driving me mad. Come on.
So what did you catch?
Eh?
What did you catch?
Is that Kevin?
Yeah.
Don't you remember me?
No.
Cashier with Mickey Hall, 1987.
Not Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric.
That's what I said.
Fucking you put on weight.
Cheers, mate.
Eric, nice to see you.
He was talking the same
Yeah,
about you.
I do remember you. Of course I do. Now you've said it, yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
we had a
cool.
video camera, it wasn't as small as that.
That's right, we did.
You was moaning about the rubbish, I've still got it. I've still got the video.
Oh, have you? Do you know what? I'd love to see that. Yeah, Eric. So you're the big Eric they've been talking about
Yeah.
then. That's caught some cracking fish out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been doing it since that time then,
I've been here coming out 11 years now.
have you? Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I have fond memories of that trip, Eric. Yeah.
My first ever trip to France, 1987.
Yeah.
You'd already had the big one.
That's right. The year before.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I pulled your tree out. Do you remember?
That's
Ellis's
right.
Point.
Yeah.
Pulled the tree
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Slang it in the bushes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Made him cry. It made him
That
cry.
my tree that was.
I made him cry.
So what you caught then this week, Eric?
62.5 common, 78.4, some 40s, 30, upper 30.
Yeah. So for me, first time coming here, or anyone come to that, what would be your advice fishing here?
Well, obviously speak to somebody before you come out, so you're prepared. Make sure you're not using nylon. You make sure you've got strong braid, strong hook link. I mean, I wouldn't be using 25, 30 pound hook link here. We're using Lockie stuff, unleaded 40 pound minimum
Right.
hook length, minimum.
Yeah.
And big hooks. Don't be frightened to use a size 2 or even a 1. It's, a lot of guys come out, use 6s and 4s and still catch fish, but it's very snaggy here, so you need to make sure you got the gear to you evolve as an angler fishing here. You evolve. You come here as a carp angler from the UK and you evolve into a rainbow angler because you have to, because you just get snapped to bits and you just learn from it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And do you fish elsewhere in France now?
Not anymore.
Right. Yeah.
I
So
leave the trailer here, all my gear here. I'm happy I come here 2 or 3 times a year.
yeah.
Do about 8-10 weeks a year, so
Yeah.
does me.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Eric, well, it was nice to bump into you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
mate.
And yeah.
I used to work. I've been out with Martin's a few times, and I said he said he still seed you.
Yeah.
You got into furniture, didn't you?
Well, that's my business, but I got into keeping koi.
Oh,
For the last 5-6 years, so and this is the first year in about 7-8 years I'll have done any real fishing.
Right.
So yeah, this could be
Baptism of
this
fire.
could be
I
me
think.
comeback. We'll see, Eric.
I thought, shit, looks like Kevin Ellis. I haven't seen you. I don't think we've seen you after catching a few times when you were involved with your mate in the wheelchair with the SBS
That's
bait.
it, Martin. That was it. Yeah.
We saw her a few years after that when you done a few shows, and then you stopped fishing, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not stopped, but done very little.
Yeah.
But this could be me comeback year, Eric.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Fair enough.
yeah. I'll send you the video.
Well, you're fishing the right lake.
I'll
anyway.
track you down through Martin. But now it's all come together. Where Martin's referred to you and the other boys, now it's all come together. Yeah.
And I was at Airfield. We used to meet in the Orson Barge
Yeah.
in the 80s.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Same time,
Yeah, and I married my first bird. Yeah, got a son now who's 18. So, time flies. So just saying, just to our left where we were talking with Eric was swim 16, where they were. And we're just walking, 15 don't exist. Just looking at these fingers and where the guys that we're now looking at in 14, just maybe putting their baits out bringing their baits in. They can cast or drop their baits out from there up that channel through the gaps in the islands. There's a buoy there that probably helps them do that. So yeah, very intuitive ways of angling. But it was great to speak with Eric, and he's obviously enjoyed himself here the last few years. And it couldn't be more enthusiasm when you talk to these lads. Paul's looking at his watch because he's how are we doing for time?
Scorsese, pull your finger out.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's what Paul's way of bollocking me. Right, let's get going. So we're just coming up to 14, aren't we? So again, just to get our bearing, we've just passed swim 14, which was to our left. There's not a swim 13, and now we're looking right up the channel. So that bivvy there on the point, what swim's that?
That's 12.
That's 12. Okay. So that's the swim that was 13. And in 14, there's 3 guys in there now. There's a tree down here. The swim must be 150 yards up there to my left. You know, typically a bait would come down in this corner. So we're just walking up to swim 12 now, Paul, yeah?
Yeah.
On what is a glorious Saturday morning, about 9:30. So again, just looking back up to our left now. Swim 14 on our left here. As I say, that was 13.
16 in the background.
16 right up in the background. And I'm trying to give an impression of the lake. But, and hopefully it's coming across on a video. Because this will be our first proper walk round and probably our only proper walk round of the week. So it's nice to capture it whilst we've got a bit of time on our side. And we get then into angling mode. But as I might have said earlier, you walk along here, you expect a dinosaur, you expect a Tyrannosaurus Rex to be coming through them trees. It's really that wild. It is like areas of Casing and the Orient as well.
That little bay over there, Kev, so you can see there's a bay. See, sort of opposite us, there's a little bay cuts in there. Right?
Yeah.
That's where Martin had the 94, which was the world record at the time.
Right, yeah. As we approach swim 12 to our right, there in the distance again is the clubhouse, and although you can't possibly see it too well, that snake's about 9 foot long. And I don't exaggerate.
For the millionth time, don't exaggerate.
Right, okay. So there's a guy sitting on his box, swim 12, yeah? I'm having to keep asking what the swims are, I'm losing track, but anyway. And as Paul said, that point you made just now, Paul, every swim's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got to approach, you know, it's not like a lake, you go to a lake and there's the approach, it's you come into a lake and it's the swim that you have to approach.
That's it, yeah. You wouldn't, like I say, typically you wouldn't approach and fish 18 the same way as you will 12. It's just, you know, I mean, 12's got relatively few actual snags in as such as, you know, like branches and woodwork as such. They're in underwater and bars and sort of roots. And so it's like I say, you fish the actual swim rather than the lake itself, because they all fish different, basically.
Yeah, good point.
Again.
So just getting our bearings again, there's swim 12 which we walked past. Yeah, didn't go down there.
The distance is 14, you can see it.
Yeah, so this is 11. A lot of scope in here, Paul.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of scope in swim 11.
A lot of little islands that you can fish up behind the back of those with bottles, like obviously on hooks and around. That's what they call the chocolate box over the back there. It's like a little egg box full of little bars and nuts and things. As he scans around, you'll see a gap in the islands.
Yeah.
That water there is the water from 6. If you was fishing 6, you've basically got your own little lake there, which we'll show you later when we get round. This is a great swim, Very
There last night and a couple of the smaller 50s.
nice, isn't it?
What, 350s in the night?
No, we've been there a week, you see.
Oh,
so,
right, yeah. So you've come for the second week?
Second week,
Yeah,
yeah.
got it, yeah.
And I'm going to stay the next
Have
week.
you fished here before?
For about 8 years, yeah.
Oh, you
So
have,
been
yeah.
here a while, yeah.
Yeah, so for a first timer like me, yeah, what would be
In Peg 5?
Yeah, what's the 2 most important bits of advice you can give me?
In Peg 5. I don't know, you fishing right or left?
Where should I be?
I've got him on the right.
Yeah, I'm on the right.
Probably good time, yeah.
Good side to start.
Peg 5, early part of the year, right hand side. When the colder weather's here, the fish move into the deeper water and you pick the bigger ones up. Through the summer, left hand side's good because you've got all the snags. But you need to know what you're doing at night when you're going in and out of there.
Right, yeah. He knows what he's doing, I
That's
don't.
right, yeah.
Right, yeah.
So if you'll have some fun in there anyway.
Yeah, looking forward to the week, that's for sure. All right then, let's go about. Yeah, good luck lads, catch up with you. Yeah?
Well done, mate.
Yeah, so this is a bay as we're walking around there that's fished by
See a
8 and 9.
Markers, an orange marker there.
Yeah, you can see a little marker there, someone's fishing off it. So we're approaching swim what now, Paul?
We're coming to 7, 8 and 9. There's 3 swims together on like a little island sort of. Looking at from 11.
Right, yeah, so we're just looking back up the lake now. That sort of long bank that we've
right
come
in
along.
the far distance.
Yeah.
That will be probably 16. Oh no, it won't. No, that'll be 14.
14.
14.
Yeah, so 14 would be in the centre of the viewfinder there. Yeah. So we won't go down there, but there's 9, 8 and 7. As we now walk round to 6, which is...
You're straight looking across to 6 now.
We didn't walk down to 7, 8 and 9. There was some families in there who looked a bit busy. But this was, at one time, an old swim. So if we pan to the left then... So 7 and 8 and 9 was just round this corner, where the family were. And this is just a bay area. And where's 6?
6 is across, you can see the boat.
Is that 6 there? Yeah, so 6 is there.
The fridge.
The fridge, as they call it, doesn't get any sun.
You see the hooks there, see the cane, the hook
Yeah,
where they lay the line.
see that.
This is just a typical snag there, Kevin. This is what's under the...
Yeah, just a little bay as we approach swim 6 that, you know, fish can get out of the way from. But you know what? Intuitive anglers will find a way of getting to them. You know, there's fish in here, they've been caught, want to come out the way, whatever, or just want to be away from the pressure. There's no shortage of places on Rainbow for them to find somewhere to hide. And that's why anglers over the years have developed, you know, very intuitive ways of getting baits to where fish would normally feel safe. You know, just a tiny facet of Rainbow here. An area of about probably 4 acres itself, just this little bay. And bear in mind, as Paul reminded me, what you see above the water is significantly less than what's below it. So we're just walking down now to swim 6, which is to the left of where we'll be in 5. They call this the refrigerator, and you can see why. Don't get any sun, which probably ain't a bad thing when it's 30 degrees. So here's a good vantage point. So Paul, so there's swim 6, 7, 8, was it?
7, 8, 9, yeah.
7, 8, 9.
That would be 7, that one, yeah.
That's 7, right, okay. So as we pan round, so that bank on the far bank, that would be swim 14 over there, would it?
That's probably, yeah, I think you're looking actually probably along the side of 12.
Oh, right.
It might be 14 right down in, you can just see a glimpse of it maybe.
Yeah. So here's the channel that someone in here would probably be fishing up to their right, and Paul on the left of our swim will be casting down to the left. Anyway, just one more quick pan.
Lot of scope. You see, you've got your own, basically you've got your own little lake.
You
yourself,
have got you very much your own little lake out there, haven't you?
See them little sticks? That was when we was on 11, and I pointed out that are the 2 sticks. I said that's the 6's water. Do you remember? We was talking to the fellas.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I got that on camera. Yeah.
But that is obviously the other side, and that is your limit. You go. That is the end of your swim.
Yeah,
there,
but yeah, you're right. It's your own. You know, it's your own what here. 8 acres of water. 8, 10 acres of water, I'm guessing. And then that bay that I looked at earlier was just round here, was it? No, around there.
Right up there, right down
Yeah. So yeah, plenty of scope in this swim. Yeah. So we're now at 5, and Tony in here, friend of Martin's.
3 fish over 25 kilo.
Okay, yeah.
3 fish over 25 kilo they've had this week, and they're just in the process of packing up. So this is the slope we're coming down, or Paul will be coming down with the gear while I do a bit of sunbathing. I'm knackered. So this is the first proper impression of the lake, of the swim.
That's good, yeah. Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a little bit of shame that
So we'll obviously look at it closer while we're here, but this is the left hand side, and there's the channel that leads round to swim 6. Yeah, again a lot of scope out here, so we'll have a look at this closer once we've plotted up.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
There's the clubhouse in the centre of the viewfinder.
You were on the right?
No, I'm on my near.
And then I'll be fishing the right hand side with one down to that bay to the right. And there's swim 4 and 3 that are no longer fished.
You fished 5 before.
Swim 2 and 1 somewhere in the middle of the viewfinder.
The fish is all in the...
So we're coming into 2 now, are we?
This is 2, yeah, but basically you fish 2's water. Most people, if there's a pair like that, if they're together, they'll fish 2's water, but they'll fish both from swim 1 actually. They can fish the same water.
So yeah, we'll just have a quick look at 2. So we need to, they're leaving the swim now in 5, so there's no reason for us to be charging around and getting into it. But equally, as I say, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So again, just looking, we're in swim 2, there's swim 5 in the centre of the viewfinder. So I guess swim 2 would have a left-hand rod down this margin.
See the little island there from 2? See the little
Oh yeah,
island?
yeah.
That coming across to here is, that's the cut-off line from 2 to 5.
Yeah, so that little island, which you can just see here, that's the sort of boundary, the left-hand boundary of 2 apparently.
A lot of fish from 2 come out from this little island in front of you. You can see the branches are broken off now. But
Yeah,
they
let's
used
just
to call
pan
that
in
the
on it.
banana tree, but now it's broken off in the wind. So
Yeah. And again, a lot of scope here in 2 and 1 then.
Like, see what I mean about that little corner? If they're not in there, they don't pass. They don't need to pass it unless they want to actually go in there and eat. So sometimes they stack up in there, mate, and another time it's dry as you like.
Anyway, here's swim 1.
We're coming up a couple of right stroke pullers here. I can tell that by a lot.
You look like you've been here a week already.
Yeah.
You ain't hanging around, are you?
And I fished last night. Why is killing me?
Is it right?
Absolutely killing me.
Oh well.
So we met the boys.
5?
Not yet.
Oh right.
Yeah, we will be.
We'll be later. Now, what we normally call is that. See the little island?
Yeah, what is
That's what they normally call that there, across.
with that island that comes
Yeah.
through, is it?
Yeah, straight across this side. Yeah,
That little island out there?
yeah, the little dumpy one.
Yeah.
Coming that back to the bank. Yeah, that's
There's a mark on the bank, isn't there?
Are you going through the gap?
what up there.
Through the gap?
Possibly, don't know yet. But
We'll
we'll
leave
see.
you the gap then, yeah?
He reckons it's unfishable now, the Dutch geezer, but I don't know.
Well, he's just had
Well, he's just had one out there, 42.
Who?
Matey from here.
Oh, was he?
this
Yeah.
morning, yeah.
Oh, we'll
You
go.
know
We'll,
the main gap?
oh, mate, I haven't been up. Look, we'll work it out between us. I don't know if I give it a clue. I'm complicated.
So it's 10 o'clock now, and Paul's just going to go and get some stuff from the supermarket. I'm going to go and sit down and chill. So the trolleys are over there, Paul.
Eh?
The trolleys are over there, and I'll catch you in half hour or so.
Yeah, you go and sit in the
Just go and have a,
parlour and
go and have ice cream. Well, it's about 11 o'clock Saturday morning. We've just unpacked the vehicle. We've been up the supermarket, and we're yet to unpack the roof box. It just dawns on you how much stuff you got. We shouldn't want for anything now, Paul.
We'll have to have another trip somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have another trip somewhere, B&Q. We'll find an excuse to buy something. But anyway, we're going to have a bite to eat, go and pick some bait up from the boys, and then start plotting up. Well, it's 2:15 now, and I'm just rigging up the first rod. So I'm going to set up the rods, get the swim sorted, and then go out in the boat, have a look round before I do anything else. Have a quick look at the rig I'm using. I've only used it twice, albeit in a much more refined format, the last couple of weeks when I've been fishing the local water, but got a lot of confidence in it, and we'll have a close look at it. So just to elaborate, I've crushed the barbs down on the hooks, and yeah, maybe a bit radical for rainbow, but these are educated fish, and for me it's all about pricking them. And I've fished most of my last 15 years or so with barbless hooks, and we'll talk about that later on. Hook link itself is what do they call that? What they make vests out of, £40. It's as tough as you like. I've used it in higher breaking strains for cats. Hook baits are soaking there in a combination of minamino, butyric acid and aniseed oil. Favourite dip of mine. Gives me confidence.
Alright, here we go then. Kev the man, putting his first baits out. His first little trip to the famous Rainbow Lake. Taking his time though. Be more interested in eating himself and putting his tent up than getting his baits out. That's his trouble. Believe it or not, he's supposed to be doing a straight line to that snag over there. But he is good in a boat, he tells me. Come Kev, we ain't got all night.
Well, it's 6:30 and I've just got the 4th rod out. So the first rod is way to my right, over in front of that bush or that tree that's in the middle of the viewfinder. The second rod is at the end of that horizontal trunk. The third rod is out probably 70 yards. You might just see the marker buoy somewhere in the middle of the viewfinder, and that's in about 12 foot of water. And then the left hand rod is out in front of that small island there, probably about 10 yards. So Paul's in the process of about to get his out. Got a nice breeze, it's overcast, it's looking good. It's been tiring, but it's been great. So we're going to have a quick look at the swim. When you're out there in the echo sounder, it's up and down, all over the place. But that's where they're plotted for tonight. I'll keep an eye open. So it's 8 o'clock-ish. Paul's got his 2 rods out there. One up to the left channel, one straight in front of him. On the far bank there, you can see the float coming vertically off the lead.
Float, eh? That's
Yeah, it's a similar thing then. So what you've got there, Paul, is a little bit of rubber, a link, so that actually helps catch it, yeah?
Yeah, it just stops it sliding too much. It still moves, you know, when you come to wind the fish in, this will still slide down your line so it don't get stuck in your tip ring, obviously.
Yeah.
But it stops it flying about everywhere.
And you're again putting that over in the snags.
Yeah, it's got to go. It's going over a bar, mate, up against that. You can see the dead tree over there.
Yeah.
Probably maybe 10 foot off the end of it.
Yeah.
But
certainly fishing snaggier areas than me.
well,
That my two right hand rods are snaggy, but yeah, it looks a bloody minefield over there.
what it is, mate. But that's why.
That's why they're there.
For the experienced boys only. You
Yeah.
can you can go later.
Do you know what? After this, I'm going to Walthamstow #1. We're poised there, which is about 40 yards out. It's like a hump or a bar, so he's put the rod rest on there, so we can hook the line round it. And you can see there's other sticks there too. So there's Paul now, he's dropping his bait with the bottle just in front of that snag, and then as he comes back puts it over that rod rest hook.
This is a fishing programme, not a cookery programme.
Got it all going on. Sort of a burger. I'm just looking in the viewfinder. You know, I've got 3 bloody chins. Oh. It's 8:30 Sunday morning now. That was an uneventful night. You know, when you sort of wake up and it dawns on you, you've blanked. And as tired as I was, and as tired as Paul was, boy do I want to fish, because I feel I put myself under pressure. Once I caught the first fish, you know, I'll chill out a bit, and probably only a bit, but even so. But anyway, so I'm gonna have a cup to brush my teeth, have a cup of tea. Let's move the angle. That's it. I've got so many chins now, and have some breakfast. Well, it's 4 o'clock now, Sunday afternoon, and I went up for a shower lunchtime, at which point Paul lost one, fishing over to the snags there. Sort of picked up the rod, pulled into it, and the hook link snapped. And just remind you of the terrain and just, you know, how tough things have got to be. I'm going to be recasting one of my rods. I'm not happy with the spot it's in, and in fact I'm up in the ante in terms of the hook length stake, and thanks to Lockie, pretty much his rig that he showed me. So yeah, thanks Mark. I'm sticking that on now, because yeah, when you hook one of these you need to know you're getting it in, and I am having a bit of a rethink on that boa rig. I'm wondering if it's just a little bit too delicate, you know, for the application at Rainbow. Thought I was being clever. I'm not so sure I am, but anyway, we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to be sticking out. The other rods are staying out from last night. No need to bring them in whatsoever, but I'll be winding in one and putting it out again.
I've stood there all that time,
Yeah.
and you walk up the bank. That's unbelievable, isn't
I'm
it?
talking to Paul 3 minutes ago. He's just walked to his bivvy and it's tore off. Don't know what's happened here. Proper, all compressed, everything. The rod just bent double.
Just got away with it, mate, innit? It's just got away with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a Sunday evening, just had the curry dinner. Just baited up on my right hand 2 rods that have been out since yesterday. And if the video comes out tonight, it means we've had one. Because I'm going to have a cup of tea and retire.
Bulk, yeah?
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
Just bring it out then.
Yep. Falls in. Oh, yeah.
I've got to get in.
You getting in? I'll push you out, yeah?
Back camera.
So this is Paul's second bite of the night. He lost that one in the night. And this has just rolled off while we're all fast asleep. Come under your rod, Paul, wouldn't you? Just setting the scene as Paul goes out. Not sure what's happening out there, but I think the fish is in the snag there. Yeah, got it in.
You wait till you see this one.
He's got one, he's got a big one. It's finally turning, oh, for cold, it's finally turning into a fishing video now. He's got one. Splashing about out there.
Not happy.
Here we go, boy. Look at that. Wow. Hey, giant. I've never seen a common like that. Look at that. Well done, mate.
What do you think then, eh? Not bad. Bit of hand lining.
It's a cracking looking fish. Yeah, I could see what you're doing there. It was in the tree, was it?
Yeah, get the tree out, get my hand down, get it out.
Yeah, I could see, yeah.
I've got to get the tripod and all that, mate.
Yeah,
Can you
okay.
turn it off? Yeah, don't know.
Just pull that into the water, Paul, yeah, and you walk back a bit. I'm going to take some pictures with your camera as well, yeah?
Yeah, just not. I ain't worried about mine now, to be honest with you, but.
So Paul, in the absence of his glasses and me not understanding his scales, this fish is anything between £24 and 104. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, amazing. Beautiful fish. Look at that. Well done, Paul.
Right.
That's super. Yeah.
Big old gob.
Look at that. Yeah, fantastic. That
Funny
needs.
little peck, look, see his little withered peck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing, Paul. It's the biggest common I've ever seen. Yeah, superb.
Sweet, mate, eh?
Yeah. Superb. Well done. I'm so glad we've got a fish on the video now.
It's only a matter of
Yeah.
time, mate.
This
Told
was destined to one of those videos that never saw the light of day because no fish were on it.
You with Brooksy, you always get one.
Ah, different gravy, innit? Yeah, look, as the sun's rising on a Monday morning.
Told ya, Monday, you never fish properly till Monday.
It's all a bit early to be doing this, but while we're excited.
Tying up with a boilie.
Tying up with a boilie.
Simple as. One of
Up to
Martin Locke's new 101s.
101 hook, yeah. Break off lead, and lead obviously come off. And there once again. Let go of it, Paul. I need to show the camera. He's getting all possessive now, Paul.
Oh, it's my rig, it's a secret.
Yeah, it's a secret rig. Nothing secret anymore.
It's got to have a bit of, don't forget.
Bit of rubber that swivel goes on.
Right.
So that when it goes up the line, it's not too free.
That's it, mate.
Anyway, you're thinking I'm a pain in the arse, but remember when
You are a pain in the arse.
when we're having
Especially,
that curry.
I've got my underwear on,
Yeah.
and I haven't had a wash yet.
Yeah, but now you look good.
It looks so
Do
embarrassing.
you know you look younger as the years go by, Paul?
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I think you need a cup of tea.
Good night from me, and good night from him.
Come on, Rods. I want one of them. Tell you what, I need a cup of tea. I'm a bundle of nerves and I didn't even catch it.
Right, he's got it. Kev's into his first fish. I'm trying to keep you out of the sun here. Is it coming all right, Kev?
Yeah, I don't think it's that big.
No, that's all right, mate. Don't matter. It's a fish. It's a fish.
Exactly.
It's a fish. I'll try and get behind you.
I think I might need to get in the boat there, Paul.
Yeah, all right, mate. Okay, mate. Let's
that boat
go
out.
over there and I'll get the boat for you. Let's put this on pause a minute.
Go on.
chanter anglais, tant les notes d'une chanson lointaine, sortant de derrière un poster, espérant que la vie ne fût aussi longue.
Well, I'm just about to rebait, and yeah, that fish was on the right hand rod with the tigers off that tree over there. And that was the rig. Not for the faint hearted with a crushed down barb, that's for sure. Well, I can't say how overjoyed I am. Absolutely elated at that fish, and yeah, whilst not big for rainbow standards, I'd never get tired of catching them, that's for sure. And as an angler, that's the biggest common I've caught, and yeah, I'm really pleased. So yeah, just getting that rod back out again, and yeah, I've got to go for a shower again. Yeah, but it does make me feel better. So a daily shower is what you need, but you don't hang about up there. You get up there, shower and get back, that's for sure. No need to gel the hair either. Well, it's mid-morning, I'm putting the third rod out now, and unfortunately that came entangled. I'm a bit pissed off about that, but anyway, this one's out there, and what we'll do is have a look on the echo sounder as well at the bottom, and just see what it does here. So we've got sort of 16-15 feet there, and you'll see how it shallows up significantly as I approach where I'm putting the bait, which is in about sort of 5, 6, 7 foot. The marker is that stick in the centre of the viewfinder, That's on a plateau, so I'm in front of that. And we'll just keep an eye on the echo sounder as we approach it, and we'll see just how much it comes up. I'm going to turn this off now because I need to concentrate. Well, it's 1:30 and I've just got back from a shower. Oh, that's fantastic. I've got to have one daily. Makes you feel so much better. Although it does, you know, you want to get back as soon as you can. But Al, my Al, if you ever watch these videos, and it's unlikely, you will be so proud of me because I've done my own omelette. Look at that. Brooksy showed me what to do. And I've done, that's got ham, eggs and cheese in. So yeah, I'm right chuffed. First omelette I've ever made.
Alright, just a little add on to that, Al, if you are listening. He tried to make an omelette without actually mixing the eggs up. He just put them straight in the pan whole. So, but it wasn't a bad job for a first attempt, I suppose.
Yeah, and I'm about to eat it now. No, I've done alright. I'm proud of myself.
You know the old saying, you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs? Well, Kevin tried.
Well, it's Monday, just had some lunch, and having got back from the showers, and I agreed with Paul I'd do the washing up. And in fact, again, Al, not that you're likely to watch this, but this takes me back 18 years when Chris was born. Do you remember I did that for about 3 weeks? It dawns on me doing it now why we only had one child, because it's a bit laborious, but I've got to do my bit. And yeah, so anyway, just washing up now. Got the washing line behind me, done a bit of washing as well. So yeah, for all you partners out there whose other halves don't help out, now's the time to be helping out in the house. And when I get home, I'm more than happy to help Al. No sooner had I got back from putting that bait out, that's torn off. Chaffinch. Or is it a magpie? One of them. My two right-hand rods off the tree and off that horizontal stump. They're getting a lot of indication on the bobbins and the odd bleep. So I would hope that sweetcorn and the like is doing its job. Probably small fish moving around and attract a big fish in. That's the plan. But yeah, a lot of activity. If I hold the camera here long enough, you'll see. So you know, it might not even be small fish, but there's certainly some activity on those two rods over there. Well, it's early evening now, Monday, and I'm just having a little mosey in the corner right down to my right, and just have a little skirt around with the echo sounder. Very snaggy in there, but you know, that's probably where the fish are, and just got to look at ways and means of approaching it safely, and find out just where to put the bait. So I've got a stick I'm going to prod with, and you know, with the aid of the echo sounder, have a closer look. But not one for tonight, probably one for tomorrow. See how it goes overnight. So there's the tree I had the fish off this morning, and there's the small corner. There's where we're fishing. And as I say, just going to have a look. Just have a look around this area here. You can see the tree there. Someone's intuitively put a hook on it, so you can come from my right down to that hook and then into the corner. So it's a steady sort of 8 foot around here, but you can start to see as you come into the corner, yeah, a few snags and things. So I'm just going to have a prod around with a stick here, and yeah, just see what we've got. So as I say, there we are up there on the corner. Come down to the hook and then right along here somewhere. As I was saying, I've got 7 foot here, but you can feel stumps and you can hear it maybe. Can you hear that? So again, fish will be around here, you just got to find a spot. You know, I'm just not, I don't know what that's telling you, but it looks snaggy to me. Alright, that's probably where you'd put a bait here. You've got about 8 foot of water and you're just off the snags. If you go in another 3-4 foot that way, that whole corner there mobbed with snags, so you'd come off that hook down here somewhere. That's probably your money spot, and it's flat there, but as I say, you're just on the edge of the snags.
Oh mate, a distraught Kevin, having just dropped one, was going out to redo himself. Done it quite easy. What are you in? Are you in happy mode or just what?
No, I'm in a mode where revenge will be sweet.
Ah, he's in revenge mode now. He's on the case. He's on the case. One's just got the better of him, but unfortunately it happens here. Well, they're big prizes, and that's you just have to put up with it, unfortunately. Never mind. The man returns. Really comes from his successful visit.
You see the other line, Paul? Am I missing it?
Yeah, you're fine, mate. Go on. Yeah. Well played. Good effort.
Fish spooked off of that hump.
Did it? What, while he's over there, yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's not. I mean, I know you don't want to see them spook off, but it's nice to know that they're about it, isn't it? The master returns. I think that's enough for now.
Just siphoning off some hemp water. Let that cool down and hydrate some boilers in it.